are you today? I'm Smruti, and this is the series Being a Montessori Parent. Recently I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who works in the botanical garden, and she was telling me that they are doing some research on pollination and pollinators, and their findings really shocked me and moved me to make this video. So you may want to know what she said. So the findings that they are receiving is that flowers are blooming much earlier and are ready to be pollinated, but the pollinators are not there because the timing is all off because of global warming. And when the pollinators come, there are no flowers which are ready, and because of which pollinators like the bee are becoming extinct, and also some flowers. Now, I think we all know that global warming has reached its peak and it's time to save planet Earth. And I was wondering, how can we help this process by instilling it in children so that the whole, the environment is taken care of. So as I was thinking, I just realized that Dr. Montessori, even during those times, has already spoken something about cosmic education. And what she meant by cosmic education is study of the world around the child, the processes like day and night, seasons, and all such phenomenon that happen around the child. But the reason why she wanted to, talk about cosmic education is because she felt that every child has a longing to find his place in the universe, and a kind of finding his purpose, like what is he here for. So she said bringing about cosmic education would help them find that how the interrelatedness of everything and how we all have our jobs to do over here. So the way we do it in our Montessori environment is we use something called the peace flower, and here I have a very crude drawing of a flower. It's a very simple flower with 4 petals, and we have it on our wall in the Montessori environment. You can also have it in your houses. It's environmental awareness, community awareness, cultural awareness, self-awareness. And we try to relate everything that happens in the classroom environment with one of these awareness. For example, if we see a child throwing something on the ground, we'll say, do you think we are taking care of the environment? What do you think we need to do? Or if somebody is sad, we'll say, let's see why you're feeling bad. What happened? That is self-awareness. And similarly, we connect them to various other awareness. So we use this. You can also have it on the walls in your child's room, just for them to be aware of all these areas. So these are the different areas, but here today I'm going to talk about environmental awareness because we are talking about what we can do to take care of planet Earth. So there are many ways. I'll just tell you some examples of what I'm noticing around me and how in a day-to-day basis children can be introduced to environmental awareness. So let's take the first one, which is cleanliness of the environment. We all know cleanliness is next to godliness, but immediate environment, the homes may be taken care of, but as we start extending outside, we start thinking it's not our responsibility. So I can give you some examples for this. I remember a couple of years back, we were climbing up the hill, at the hill called the Tirupati Hill, and as we were climbing, there was a father with a toddler in front of me, and the toddler was eating something from a packet. So once the child was done, he asked the dad, where can I throw it? And the dad said, just put it on the ground. There was a dustbin right there, but he said, just put it on the ground. The child actually looked at him. I was so surprised to see that the child spontaneously did not throw it. He looked at the dad and said, really? But then the dad said, yes, throw it. And he literally plucked it from his hand and put it down. So this is not bringing about environmental awareness in our children. Unfortunately, they learn by living life, and this is showing them that it's okay to keep the environment dirty. On the contrary, I saw another parent in the New York subway the other day when the mother and child were walking down the stairs and the son was waltzing up to the dustbin to throw some trash. And he got almost close by and he threw it, but it didn't get into the dustbin and it missed. And the mother stopped and insisted, pick up the trash and put it inside the dustbin. The child very eagerly did it, and I think this is a parent who's instilling environmental awareness. So cleanliness of the environment. When you're traveling long distance, short distance, you have a car, you have a trash bag in the car, and try to tell the child to put it in the trash bag rather than just trash it outside the window and make the place dirty. So this is keeping the environment clean. There are many more examples, but I think being aware of, it's not about our house, our car and things like that. It's just about wherever you are, leaving the place a little cleaner than you saw it is always good. Like when you go to a hotel and you stay there, just, making sure the room is not really messy and dirty, but, respecting the people who are going to be cleaning it afterwards. So that is cleanliness of the environment. The next one is segregation of waste. So we are throwing everything in a trash can, and now almost every government is taken care of segregation of waste. And we have dustbins in our house which are different. But unfortunately, our child doesn't know which dustbin he can throw the particular trash. So in the classrooms we do this, and you can do it at home. You can have pictures of various things like peels of banana, then a picture of a chips packet and a can, or even actual things, even the actual stuff, whichever, not very messy, but stuff. And you can have 3 dustbins labeled plant waste, paper waste and recyclable. And you can have children tell you, so tell me, what is this? It's a banana peel. Which dustbin do you think it will go? And they'll say, plant waste, let's go put it there. And teach them how to segregate in this sense. Also, this is a very important thing to segregate plant waste separately. Because in the Montessori environments, we also make compost. If you have an environment where you can actually do some gardening, making compost out of this is really very good. Now that takes me to the next point, is growing small plants. This is also an environmental awareness. Just growing them in the pots or what plant area that you have, depending on what's possible, and then tending to them, like taking care of them, watering them, making sure the sunlight comes. Not only the child is learning more about the plant, but he's also caring for another living being, which makes him so much more compassionate and responsible and committed, right? So growing plants, then you can use this compost that you're making in the plants that are there at home. So you're trying to bring about that interrelatedness in the child. The other area I think we can focus on is electricity and water. So you know what I'm talking about, switching off lights when you're not in the room, making sure you're not wasting something, putting something on charge for a long time, or turning off the fans when you're done or you're out of the room, and water, making sure your hands are, or whatever you're washing is under the tap when it's on, and if you're applying soap, then you need to be turning off the tap and doing it while you turn it on later. So these are different ways you're going to show the child we are saving electricity and water, but I suggest that you do it in a respectful and a loving way, so that we don't instill a kind of hatred to these things, or rather than a real compassion for planet Earth, and that's why we are taking care of it. And the next thing is awareness of the nature around, just feeling the air, seeing the sky, sunrise, sunset, the moon coming out, bringing, did you see the moon? It's so beautiful today. Did you see the sunrise? Or look at some new kind of plant that you observe when you're walking or driving somewhere. So, or the smell of the rain, the feel of the rain, all these things are things that bring your child connected to nature. And once you do this connection, it's very easy for the child to develop the love for the planet and therefore embark on the journey of taking care of the planet. So these are some ways: cleanliness of the environment, segregation of waste, growing plants, electricity, water usage, and appreciation of nature, and last but not the least, which goes without me saying, role modeling. If you are not doing it in your environment, I mean, it's really hard for us to get our children to do it. Unfortunately, more than hearing what we say, they are looking at what we do. So if it is a second nature for all of you in your houses, then the child will pick it up much easily. So by instilling environmental awareness in your children, you are helping raise responsible and compassionate citizens. And I think that is the need of the hour, and I really hope you can get to be doing this and bring about environmental awareness in your children. So if you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, please do so to be notified of new videos that are going to come up. You could go on www.formativeage.in, which is our website, to know more about formative age, the Montessori method, and the online courses that we offer. So thank you for listening, and until next time, goodbye.